Hi, my name is Robert. This video is designed to give you step-by-step detailed instructions on completing the task at hand. Please read the comments in the About section of this video. It has valuable information and updates. My YouTube channel has a disclaimer video that I encourage you to watch. And please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you found what you're looking for. Thank you very much for watching. In this video, I'm going to remove the radiator from this 960. The timing belt sticker says the timing belt was replaced at 175 1 year ago, and the car currently has 185, and as you can clearly see, it was in a collision. Most cars, the transmission is connected to the radiator, so you want to disconnect and remove the fan, disconnect the radiator lines, remove the brackets from the radiator, disconnect the coolant hoses, and simply lift the radiator out of the top. It's a quick and easy job. Of course, you want to do this when the vehicle is cold, and you want to go ahead and open up the cap on the coolant overflow reservoir and then drain the radiator of its coolant. You come under the car, and if it still has the splash panels under it, you might want to go ahead and remove them real quick. They're kind of easy to remove. You have a couple of torques across the back of it and then clips on the front so it'll pull off. Then you come in from the passenger side, and you'll see the drain cock on the radiator right there. You open that up and let the coolant drain out. Is pull those screws out of the top of the fan, probably loosen those screws in the bottom of the fan, and then lift the fan off of the radiator and unplug it over here on this side, or just lay it to the side. Okay, to get the fan out of the way, I had to disconnect this top line. Since I'm not reusing this vehicle, I just pulled it out of the way. But you want to be careful when you take this nut loose that you don't let this nut turn. So hold that, break that loose, turn it out, pull it out, and then you can get the fan out of the way. And you may lose a little transmission fluid when you disconnect it. Now that the fan is out of the way, I'm going to disconnect the lower transmission line. Next, you disconnect your radiator hoses. You get a squeeze clamp and pull that hose off. Then you go down there. Volvo normally has a 7mm to take the hoses loose there and over there. You're going to take your fan shroud loose, so you take that screw out there, one on the other side, and sometimes one on the end down there. Then you may have some on the bottom, but you may be able to get the radiator out with just these top screws removed. After the fan shroud is removed, you have these screws here and here that hold this wind guide onto the radiator, so you want to pull those. Next, you get a 10mm, pull that off, and the one off the other side. Then the radiator just lifts right out. So that's the radiator lifted out of the slot in front of the car. Now, once you're done replacing the radiator, of course you want to fill it up with coolant, and you also want to top off your transmission fluid. If I had to guess, you probably lose about a half a quart of transmission fluid, but I don't know for sure, so you'll need to check it. Now, the best way to fill these up with coolant, of course, is you open up your bottle here and you pour your coolant in there until it will take no more. But at the same time, I disconnect the hose from the thermostat housing. I keep that hose elevated, and that system will take as much coolant as possible until you start losing coolant out of either your thermostat housing or your upper hose here. Then you connect your hose, top a little bit off there, and you'll be real close and having a full system. Then you'll just burp it on your first or second drive. Now, you should only service these coolant systems when the motor's cold. So you'll drive around a day, you might get a low coolant light. that's fine, don't panic, you got so much in there. Then the next morning you top off that coolant reservoir bottle. Now as far as topping off your transmission, that's a little bit tougher to do. These transmissions do not have a dipstick for the transmission. They have a plug that bolts in. You have to come down under the brake reservoir and you'll see a little yellow plastic plug, or a little plug on top of the transmission. Let me see if I can film it better from under the car. Well, if you look past the brake booster system there, and down there you see a little square plug. I'm trying to get aimed on it so I can zoom in to it. There it is right there. So that is the plug to the transmission. You unscrew that or pull that out. It looks like it's got a little relief spring on it, and once you pull that out, you can check your transmission fluid. Check your owner's manual on how to check that transmission fluid and do that correctly. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.